Ophelia here, and I'm back with another video for Ophelia Talks. And today we are making this flower here. Now I love this flower and it's quite a big one as well. So we are going to be learning how to make this flower today. And of course this could be a standalone tutorial. You can do whatever you want with this flower. You can make it in whatever material you want. So I'm using acrylic today. You could do it in cotton or cotton acrylic. Now, I am going to make something special with this in the next video. So watch out until the end of this video to find out how many you should make and what other things you need as well. Okay, so for this particular flower, you will need DK yarn, well, or any yarn. If you make it in DK, it will be about this size. If you make it in bigger, obviously it's going to be even bigger. But whatever yarn you have, really. I'm using 3 colors here, but I have used 4 colors for all my flowers. So go for a lovely collection of colors. I've chosen fuchsia purple, pale rose, plum, and I think I have here as well raspberry as well. And this is DK, so I'm using my 3.5 as I normally do for DK. I also of course have scissors and a darning needle. So let's get started. Real quick, before we continue, make sure you are subscribed to my channel, like my content, and do go and have another look at all the videos that I have already published. I have more than 1,000 videos on my channel, and I do hope you will find some lovely projects to make. Thank you for being here, and back to the video. So I'm going to be using the fuchsia purple to get started with. I'm making my slip knot, insert the hook, and we are going to chain 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. Then you go back to that first chain that you just did, insert your hook and bring through the yarn so you can do a slip stitch. You have now created a small circle. So now we're going to chain 1, and we are going to place 11 single crochets into the circle, going around the circle. So insert, pull up a loop, and you do your single crochet. So that's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and I'm taking along my end, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11. Now we do need 12 V's. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to count back to my 11th one, then do a slip stitch, and that will be my 12th V. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. This here is my 11th V. I go under it, bring back my yarn, and I do a slip stitch, and now we have 12 V's going around the outside of our work. Now we are going to chain 6, 1, 2, 3. This 3 chain will stand for my treble crochets that I will be doing in this round. 4, 5, 6, and these 3 chains will be my chain 3. But for now, we're just going to forget that we did this, and we are going to get started by doing 1 treble in the next 2 stitches. So yarn over twice in the next stitch. So that's this V here. You go into that one, and you are going to do a treble crochet. And we do the same thing in the next stitch. There we go. Now we chain 3, 1, 2, and 3. And now we once again are going to do a treble in the next 2 stitches. So yarn over twice, insert, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. And the same thing again. There we go. Now we chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and once again a treble in the next 2 stitches. One, 2, 3, and trebles again in the next 2 stitches. So we are doing 2 trebles nicely next to each other each time here, divided by a chain 3. So here, if we're not looking at this starter chain, we have 1, 2, 3, 4 groups of 2 trebles. So we are going to create 6 groups of 2 trebles, but we will be creating 5 groups the way I've just shown you. And then the last group we will use the starting chain and we will turn that into what we need it to be. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now 1, 2, and 3. Now if you look at the V's that you have left over, you have 1 free one and 1 that's already used by that chain 6. But of course this one is going to count as a treble. So this is our second treble, and so now we're going to place our first treble into the one that's still open. Then we go over to the chain here and we go into, it's difficult to know. If I go into here, it's a little bit short, so I tend to go into the sort of the 4th chain, pull it up nicely like this, tighten it all up and do your slip stitch. So this way, this here looks similar to the others and we have made a nice start and end. So now we are finished with this color. So I'm going to cut it off and pull it out like this. There we go. So this is the center of our flower. Now, as you can see, it's a little bit cup shaped, but that's okay. It will sort itself out in a moment. So for the next round, I have my pale rose. Going to make a slip knot, insert the hook, and in this round we are going to be working around the chain spaces. So I'm going to act as if I was already crocheting. So I'm going to yarn over and into the chain space, any chain space, you're going to pull up a loop, yarn over and pull through 2. And now we are going to wait there. So then we are going to do the same thing another 3 times. So we have 4 of these that we are going to be finishing together. So this is 4 double crochets now finished together. So you had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 loops on your hook and we pull it through. Okay, so now we're going to chain 3. 1, 2, 3. Let me show you another one of those 4 double crochets together. That's what we're doing. So we yarn over for a double crochet into the same chain space, but we don't finish it. And we do this 4 times. So this is 2, 3, and the 4th time. And now that we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 loops on our hook, we yarn over and we pull through all the 5 loops on our hook. So basically this is the configuration that we are going to be creating in every one of our chain 3 spaces. But to travel to the next chain 3 space, we are going to chain 7. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. And now again, we do the same thing as we did here. So we do 4 double crochets together. That's 3, and this is the 4th one. Yarn over and pull through all the loops on your hook. 1, 2, and 3 chains, and another set of 4 double crochets together. There we go. Finish it. And now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. And we're off to the next chain space and so on. So this is how you're going to continue, and I'll meet you when you are at the end here. 6 and 7. There we go. So I've now got my 6 lots of 4 double crochets together, chain 3, 4 double crochets together, and each time with a chain 7 in between. So here I am now going to close my round. So this standing one closes up for me. So this one here, I'm going to go under that one. This is the one I'm going to be using to do my slip stitch and to close the round. There we go. Now, I have to admit, it looks a little bit funny. There's not really a good shape to this, but the good news is that it has flattened out and the shape will happen in a moment. Okay, so cut off the yarn and now we are ready for the next color. So I have my plum color ready here, making my slip knot and insert the hook. And this time we need to find an easy place to get started, and that is by doing a single crochet around the chain 3 space. So just insert, pull up a loop, yarn over and pull through the loops on your hook. So now around the chain 7 spaces we are going to be placing 6 double crochets. So let's get going on those. So 4, 5 and 6. Then you're going to do a picot, and a picot is 3 chains, 1, 2 and 3, and then you go back to the first chain, you go in there, you pull up a loop and you pull that loop through the loop that's on your hook. So you do a slip stitch, and now you're going to continue along this chain here by doing another lot of 6 double crochets. And a picot does provide the flower with a little bit of a detail that makes it stand out and makes it lovely. I have lost my count, so 2, 4, yeah, there we go, there's 6 already there. So now we are going to go to the chain 3 space where we do a single crochet, then again around the chain 7 space, 4, 6 double crochets, a picot and 6 double crochets. So that's 5 and 6. That's right, isn't it? Yeah. Picot, 1, 2 and 3. Going back into that first chain, pull up a loop and pull the loop through the loop on your hook. And then you start doing your 6 double crochets again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. There we go. And then move on to the chain 3 and then move on to the next chain 7. And this is how you're going to continue. A very easy row with lots of double crochets. So I have always enjoyed doing these rows on these flowers, because this is when it all comes together. And you will see that now that you have put all those double crochets on, creating those larger petals, you will notice that the flower has really taken shape. So let me just do these last few double crochets here. How many have I got? 2, yeah, 1 more. And then I will show you how it has shaped up. Look, see? So that's made it completely different to this kind of look. But then this is what we are going for. So yeah, I'm really loving the look. I am going to continue my round and I will see you at the end so we can close up the round. So I have now done my last lot of 6 double crochets there. Here is a location for the single crochet. There is already one in there. It's a standing one, so it sort of closes up for me. So I go on to the next V there. I go under that one and I do a slip stitch there. And that closes up my round nicely. So I really like this flower because, to be honest, in about sort of 1, 2, 3, 4 rounds, we have made a considerably large flower. And I am calling it the spring flower. And there's quite a lot we can do with that flower. So I have now made 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 flowers with this one. And in the next video, I'm going to make something with it. So I've got 7 flowers, different color combinations. And for the next video, if you're making what I am making, you will also need a green color, because of course I like it when flowers have indeed leaves with it. And you will also need a stick. And I don't mean just, you know, a chopstick. I mean a stick. Okay, I have a stick here on my desk. Just happen to have a stick here, something like this. Okay, this is something that I collected. This is not what I'm going to be using because I think it's a little bit flimsy. It's dry. I've had it for a while, so I'm going to have to go hunting for another stick by the next video. And yeah, I will be showing you what I'm going to be doing with this stick, and then of course the green yarn. So I will see you in the next video where you will find out what I'm going to be making with my 7 flowers. I do hope you like this flower. Now the thing is, there's so many things you could make with it, and I would love to find out what you would like to make with it. So do leave me a comment down below just to see if you you might be making the same thing as I am in the next video. So thank you very much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!